Hey friends, it's Ben again. So I'm reaching out because I wanted to share something with you. I hope that's all right. This is like a little mini leap. I wanted to share with you a story, and it's really simple. But this weekend was actually the 1 year anniversary of Casey's death, and I shared some of that story with you all on the first day of Leap. And as you might imagine, I spent the weekend just, sitting with a lot of feelings and memories, and I spent a lot of time kind of just sitting with my story of Casey and a lot of the memories we shared together and who she was in my life and what she showed me about life and myself and what she showed me about how to love and to love in a whole way that I didn't even know existed in the world until I met her. And um, yeah, it was reminding me of you all. It was reminding me of our weekend together. And what stood out to me was just, yeah, again, like this piece of being seen in our stories, that I don't know, that in our stories, my story is a reminder when I think of Casey, when I think of the life I lived with her, when I think about how hard it is sometimes in really just missing her and missing her presence, and how she would light up the room anytime she'd walk in, and just my heart would leap. And and then remembering all those things are reminders of things that are important to me in life and who I want to be and how I want to be in the world. And she was that reminder to me for so long, and now she's gone. And but sharing stories, when I share my story with you, when you share your stories with me, and I feel the parts that I identify with or relate to, those are the things that remind me, again, of what's important to me, what's really real, how I really want to be in the world. And it gives me reason to be those things. Sometimes I forget, and you were that reminder to me. During Leap. And even though I was the one organizing it alongside our leadership team and saying a bunch of these things, I still needed that reminder. In a lot of ways, that is why I do this still, is I needed this reminder just as much as you all do. We're all living this together, and no matter how much we might know it in our heads, we get into routines, and sometimes we forget, and we feel like we're almost losing ourselves in just trying to keep up with things. And I imagine you might even be feeling that a little bit, as schools kick fully in, and you're learning who you are day by day in this new space. And I want to just again remind you, you can still have that. But it takes disrupting kind of that routine, that pattern that it's so easy to fall into. It takes courage to reach out and say, I want to share my story. I want to be reminded. I want to hear you. I want to listen to you. And but remember, you've got 59 other people that you can bump into on campus, or even maybe reach out to and call and say, hey, can you sit with me for a moment? Can we have a mini leap for a moment? And yeah, I want to encourage you, remember that you can still have that. And thank you for reminding me that I can have that as well. That has helped me be with myself, be in my life, be in this moment that has been hard, but also, again, has reminded me of things that are so beautiful in life as well, and in my life. So, and I want to just say again, the other thing that this has made clear for me as I sit with this more and more is this has been a time where I haven't been sure who I am now. In some ways it feels like my life has kind of just fallen apart, and there's pieces of me everywhere, and I'm just trying to kind of collect all the pieces and find out what it means now, and who I am, and what I even want to do now moving forward in my life. And one of the things that is becoming more and more clear to me is I want to be doing more of this. I want to be creating more of these spaces. I want to be able to bring people together in ways where they are able to be seen and heard in ways that they've never experienced before, and to realize that that's possible in the world. One of the things that I know is that part of what Casey struggled with was feeling so alone and isolated in her own story, because in some ways she didn't feel like she had that in the places she wanted. She felt like she wasn't able to share who she was, that people would be too scared, that people wouldn't understand. And I think it's so easy. I know the places where I feel that too, and the only ways that I can get past that is taking the risk of actually being seen in those things and realizing, oh, people do actually identify more with that and want to hear me and want to be with me in that. And again, I just, you all, the experience with Leap is a reminder that I want to keep doing that. And so in that effort, I've got some ideas brewing, and one of them is I want to do more of that with you all. If you're game, I want to do more of that with you all, like, you know, on the regular, on campus, you know, once a month maybe or something like that. And that's going to take some doing. That's going to take some like getting the okay and approval from folks on campus and so on. And one of the ways that we can make that happen is, again, if you'd be willing to share what your experience was, if this was you, but if you, if Leap made a difference for you, if it was something different, unlike anything you'd experienced in your life, if you felt like it was meaningful to you and helped remind you of something that was important to you, or helped show you what was possible with other people, you know, living as a student on campus at Amherst, whatever it was, if it was meaningful to you, I want to hear that. I want to sit with you. I would love to like have our own mini Leap, even if it's a 5-minute conversation, or it can be a half hour, whatever. And if you're willing, I'd love to capture that, because I'd love to share that with folks on campus so they can understand what the impact of this is, and potentially support doing something like this more frequently. You know, in little ways, just like little meetups. You know, in, you know, some evening or something like that occasionally. And the other piece is I want to bring this to other places too. This is something that's giving me meaning in my life. It's making me realize, like, this is why I'm still here. This is the purpose I want to live. And again, that's something where hearing the experience from you all as students that have gone through this is something that I could potentially share with other people, and hopefully bring this to other places. So if you'd be willing, that would mean so much to me. You would be helping me in living out like the next parts of my story, and hopefully like stepping into the world further in like, yeah, just who I want to be at this point in my life. So I was planning on this not being an 8-minute long video, but apparently it's gonna be. So I'm gonna stop there and just say my plan is to come to campus this Thursday and then next Tuesday. So if you have any time available then and you want to come sit with me, we'll sit and we'll chat, and it'll just be a sweet conversation. And yeah, that'd be it. And if you're willing to do that, I'd love to sit with you. So this Thursday or next Tuesday, there's a link below, and you can sign up for a time, and I'll look forward to hopefully seeing you then. And if not, I'll look forward to seeing you on campus. Thanks, y'all. Take care. Bye.